Okay, so what's up YouTube? Now this video isn't going to be very long. I just wanted to throw a couple articles at you guys. One is about VR, the other one is about Destiny. I made a video already, or at least a couple videos already, about my opinions on virtual reality and augmented reality. I'm more on the AR side of things than the VR side of things. But according to a particular developer, he's saying that you know, VR is going to be, he's talking like VR is going to be the next best thing in gaming and really technology, period. I don't totally disagree with that, but check this article out right here. He says VR, or the title of the article is VR is such a major step forward for games, it's almost unfair, Sony says. Virtual reality technology, like the PlayStation 4 headset Project Morpheus, is such a radical step forward beyond the way traditional games work that it's almost unfair, quote unquote, according to PlayStation Worldwide Studios president Shuhei Yoshida. I pray I just didn't butcher his name. I quote, "We have something here that we've never experienced before," Yoshida said when asked by The Verge what he thinks the future of VR looks like. Working on game development, working on game development, we always try to create a new kind of experience, and having VR technology is almost unfair. End quote. Developers can rapidly prototype new ideas, and we have seen many compelling examples of unique VR experiences so far, thanks in part to game engines like Unity, Yoshida said. Unity, by the way, is an incredible game engine. I know I tried to create an app one time using Unity, and it's gorgeous. It's really good. But let me continue. That's, you know, off topic. Also in the interview, Yoshida stressed that Sony does not have only a fleeting interest in the VR space. Okay, that's good. For Sony Computer Entertainment, VR and Morpheus is one of the areas we are very excited about, like cloud gaming with PS Now or other networked services. He said, we're really focused on bringing that experience to customers. Project Morpheus and the competing headset Oculus Rift remain in development projects with no word yet on when the final consumer models will be available. Yoshida said that Sony is happy with the current iteration of the headset it has working now, but still has more revisions to make before it's ready for release. Quote, "There are many areas we can improve on to bring it to an even higher level," he said. Now, later on in the article, they say that this thing isn't going to be $1,000, so they're not trying to make it where, you know, it'll scare off a lot of different types of consumers. But that's not really my issue. My issue is, you know, is this just hype, basically? You know, these companies have PR departments. Like they're experts at hyping something up. And don't get me wrong, like I don't think this is gonna be a disruptive technology. For those that, you know, may not know what I'm talking about, the disruptive technology is a type of technology that comes out and it just disrupts everything that came before it. Okay, look it up. I don't think VR is going to be that. I don't think it's going to be disruptive like that, but I do think it'll add a level of immersion that we just don't have right now. It's not going to be like The Matrix or anything extreme like that. But I'll continue. Further, Yoshida said he envisions VR as more of a medium than peripheral. VR can have as dramatic an effect on the video game industry as 3D graphics cards did when they arrived 2 decades ago. He said, the 3D graphics card had a huge impact, but developers are still learning how to use it in games like Grand Theft Auto or The Last of Us, 20 years after the launch of the PS1. Lastly, Yoshida stressed that Project Morpheus needs to be affordable when it's released or won't ever catch on with the wide audience. Sony has not announced the price point for Project Morpheus, but we do know you won't have to spend $1,000 to buy one. And in another part of the article, they said that they have to fine-tune it because it's actually making people nauseous. Using Project Morpheus is making people sick. Like, it's throwing off their equilibrium and shit. So I need them to get on that. But you know, there you have it. You know, stay tuned for more news on Project Morpheus or Oculus Rift. This is something I'm really interested in. So, you know, if I keep seeing articles about it, I'm gonna keep making videos about it. That's just kind of just how this game goes. So, next article. The community manager for who he works at Bungie for Destiny said that you might not ever really quote unquote finish Destiny. Like, I love Destiny. Like, I made a video about Destiny. Check out my video. I'm not knocking the game, but like, this isn't the first time I've heard, you know, an MMO developer hype up, you know, this massively online, some sort of massively online game just for me to be disappointed. Like, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Destiny, the make or break of that game is gonna be totally dependent on in-game completely. Like, if you get to the end of the story and you don't have anything to do, people aren't gonna play anymore. You know, that's just how it works. Now, I do like some of the things I've heard about Destiny, and you think that eventually these developers are gonna, you know, realize that without in-game, you know, the game just isn't gonna survive. But check this article out. Let me read it to you right quick. Destiny is a big game with loads of activities that will keep you busy for countless hours. I can buy that. That's the message Bungie's community manager David Deige, okay, I just killed his name, tries to get across as part of a recent Best Buy Google Hangout. Asked how many hours of gameplay we can expect from the upcoming title, Deige wouldn't give a specific estimation, but said you're not likely to finish the game anytime soon, if you ever do. Okay, that just sounds like hype. They know how long most people are gonna take to play at least the story mode. So the fact that they're being a little hush mouth about that is, I won't go so far as call it a red flag, but come on, let's just look to the past. You know, the Matrix Online. You know, Star Wars, the old Republic. I mean, come on. We saw, and I quote, "We saw people invest dozens of hours into the beta alone, and that was just one destination," Deige said. These destinations are stitched together with our new tech, so that there are so many different locations to visit. Expansive outdoor locations where you can just enjoy your personal vehicle. There are indoor dungeon type spaces where you can really pick through the bones of our shattered civilization, end quote. Beyond Earth, players will get to visit planetary destinations like the Moon, Mars, and Venus, with all types of ancient civilizations and geographies to explore. In addition, Destiny will offer raid-like strike missions, which challenge players to team up to complete an objective. Deige said, players who zip through Destiny's story missions and don't try other modes will be missing out big time. Okay. If you're a speedrunner and all you want to do is blaze through the complete one story mission after one story mission, you're really just scratching the surface, because the strikes add such an extra level of complexity, he said. Now, you know, the strikes sound like something where you get together with a team, a group of people, and you go try to get armor and weapons and things, and of course everybody isn't going to get everything the first time, so it encourages you to go back over and over and over again to do it. And you know, to some people that's great. You know, some people do that. To other people, it just becomes monotonous after a while. But like I said, I will be buying Destiny, and I do like it. So again, I'm not knocking the game. I'm just trying to keep things in perspective. Later on down in the article, on top of that, Destiny has a competitive multiplayer mode, the Crucible, that you're unlikely to ever truly finish. And I quote, "As we have said before, there are endless amounts of hours of fun in the Crucible," Deitch said. "Until you've kicked every single ass that plays this game, you haven't finished. And once you have, someone else just bought their first copy. So fresh meat, Christmas noobs." Okay, so basically, you know, they're promoting the arena or the PvP battles, you know, whatever you want to call it. They're promoting the raids or the strikes. You know, every game has a different, you know, has a different way of titling or, you know, naming the same concept. But you know, we're gonna have to wait and see. And you know, this video is already 11 minutes and 45 seconds. So for 2 articles, I think it's time to end this thing. It's time to wrap. Check me out later.